Hello everybody, what's up? It's Savannah, and today we are checking out Tavern Talk. I had previously played the demo for Tavern Talk a couple of months ago, and the developer was kind enough to send me a Steam key so that I could check out full release. So of course, I'm super excited to get into it. Think of Tavern Talk as Coffee Talk meets D&D. Tavern Talk is a cozy visual novel about running a tavern in a D&D inspired fantasy. Gather rumors, serve magical drinks, and meet adventurers on a life-changing quest. And with that, let's go ahead and check out Tavern Talk. Okay, let's see what the full game has in store for us. I'm super excited. Let's go she, her, because I am that beep. Okay.
Once upon a time in a world far, far away. In a realm ruled by dragons and magic. Well, actually, it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia. Not that far away. There was a tavern. My tavern.
The best tavern.
A place for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper. My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious. Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
I could think of a couple scenarios, to be honest, but I'll keep that to myself. Okay, so here we are in Tavern Talk. Hiya, Innkeep. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yes. Yes, all fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better! I took a walk around the grove, and then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic, maybe a gnome. Did it? No, but I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great! I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same amaranthine hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. They didn't really need it, but I was there, so. Sounds very exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a roasted nut. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts: walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts. I'm allergic. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut. Just not something very fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? No, I think that counts as a mistake. So, what you're saying is that you're missing some spice? Okay, it's not that type of inn. Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. Oh, that's what you meant. Well, yes. Yes, exactly. That's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'm like a bland soup. So a classic case of boredom, I see. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun? Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Huh? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater or a gala, arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon. Don't they fly up really high? Yes, I think that's the point. Ah, I'm afraid of heights, and of people, and of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I have never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to this song I started writing. Give us a bop! Ooh, get it, Fable! I don't know what kind of rhythm to do. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. Is that how you think Fable would sing it? I don't know. A pretty nymph, that's daring. Yeah, a pretty nymph, that's pretty daring. Of course it is, that's the point. Finding them enjoying themselves in the water. The sun shining through the treetops, making the stream glisten in fragmented light, a divine beauty. Damn, okay. I would love to sing about the exciting magical things I encounter. Ooh, character information unlocked for Fable. Okay, we're gonna check that out. That was not available in the demo, so that's really cool. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I'd prefer if you didn't. You know, people might get the wrong idea of what kind of establishment this is, so, you know. Okay, maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Let me move my head so I'm not, like, in the way of stuff. Oh, wait, I'm gonna keep it here for a second just so we can see the dragon, because the dragon's adorable. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a featherlight nymph, floating on the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with the nymph or be the nymph? That's the most accurate question of all time. I relate to that. Both? Exactly. But mostly I want a swift strike. Message received. Aren't nymphs... Let me know if this is correct in the comments, please. Aren't nymphs the ones, they're kind of like sirens where they like lure people in to their demise? Or is that just sirens? Like, what are nymphs? Are they supposed to be like, come here, then they drown you? Because that's kind of hot. Message received. Although, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Let's do the tutorial again, just so I am refreshed on this. Actually, no. I want to say yes to Fable. I don't like being mean, so I'll do the tutorial anyways. I don't want to be mean to my homie Fable. Really? Yes. What should I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Just follow me. Welcome to my drink mixing nook. Look at how cute Andu is. I love him. I want to pet him. Give him some drinks. Whatever he wants. I like how he kind of reminds me of a pug, to be honest, and I love that for him. Welcome to my drink mixing nook. So this is what it looks like back here. Hello, Andu. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. Make sure I don't forget what they ordered. I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Oh, you pinned my order. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I check my detailed notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked of me, I browse my recipes. Can't you just freehand mix something to see what sticks? No. I like to mix and match for a more varied result. But the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I've settled on one, I can use the chalk to draw it on the board. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with the sponge, or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in the 5 bottles on the right. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. I think dexterity sounds like the tastiest. I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any other reason, I can simply feed my mistakes to Andu. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just try making a drink. You've got this. Okay, so we're gonna go in and we are gonna select Swift Strike and we're gonna draw that recipe on the board. So when I originally played the demo, I was very confused as to how this all worked. But now I know. We're not gonna be wasting any time. So whenever you pour a drink in, you can see to the left of us how it's affecting the, what would you call that? It's kind of like what they have in Pokemon. Okay, so that is fulfilled. And what is this? This is dexterity, I believe. Not for sure on that. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with our intelligence and just get it up to that. No, you don't want to mix two. Oh shit. Okay. And this is why we have Andu. Go, buddy. Very nice. I think I might need to do a little less on this. Or maybe I messed up already. No big deal. Oh my god, my dog is snoring so loud. Hey, are you okay? Snoring so loud. I am so sorry if you hear that. She had a rough day. As all dogs do. Okay, gotta be real ginger with it. Real light-handed. Swift Strike! Yay! Okay, so what do we do now? Ding! And that's how you make a drink. Wow! It actually does teleport. Of course it does! What did you think was happening? I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. I see. Well, give your creation a taste. That's delicious. I made that? You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of. Aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Maybe, but how would I know if I never try? That is correct. Do you actually want to try? Well, yes. I want to tell great stories, but what? Never mind. Hello, emo boy. Me in middle school. How can I help you? A drink. For you? Right. Well, what kind? Drinkable. Very specific, thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Okay, so now we're gonna go into our journal. And we're gonna look for something that has charisma. Let's see here. I guess this is the symbol for charisma. So we're looking for something that is pretty high in this. I wonder what these like 3 drops mean though. I'm kind of curious about what that means. 3 blood droplets, shall I say? So this looks like the best one is the spoken heart. Sweet and sparkling in taste, the spoken heart will bring your deepest feelings bubbling to the surface. Your newfound sincerity, confidence, and many heartfelt words will work wonders in boosting your persuasive abilities. A charismatic boost, great for bards and emotionally repressed individuals. I need some of that. I'm guessing too, like as we go, we're unlocking drinks, which I think is really cool because we have some spots here that need to be filled. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our spoken heart. A little bit of that. It looks like fiery juice. What's the alcohol that tastes like cinnamon? Fireball? Is it called Fireball? I don't know. I don't really drink too much. I'm kind of a lightweight about that kind of stuff. Did I do it? I think I did do it. Is that enough? Yeah. And then a little bit here. Nice. Spoken heart coming right up. Sorry, Andu, I don't have any scraps for you. Any liquids, shall I say. There you go, buddy. This should be digestible, maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the memories of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Rumor unlocked. Song of Bones and Water. Sounds like a Game of Thrones book. Alright. The brooding type, I see. What's with that face? What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Just do it! Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain. Or the birds and the trees, we keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes. No, not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the Grove, as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? I think so, yes. Not my smart device going off in the background because she thinks I said her name. Go away. Okay. What if... It's wrong to leave though. What if destiny never meant for me to leave? What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Okay. Very cool. Very nice. Very cozy. I appreciate it. I also appreciate this random tentacle. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, Innkeep? Last time I checked. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name's Caerlin. You can either call me Care or Len. Couldn't care less. Caerlin. Caerlin, get it? Nice to meet you, Caerlin. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You do the thing with the quest, right? So they say. You want one? You can have a look at my notice board. Ugh, no. No quests for me. But I may have one for you, or your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Traegerin. Terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. A werewolf? That's news to me. Rumor unlocked. Werewolf mayhem. Ew. So we've got a Vukakin Caerlin. Told me about a werewolf who was roaming around Traeger. A potential threat to the village. And then we have the Banshee one too. A Banshee is haunting the Lonesome Lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones, hopefully hyperbole. Let's see too. I want to see how these... I never saw this in the demo. I don't know if I just didn't explore enough. But we have Fable. Elf, 110. Dang, you look so good, bestie. They, them. Ranger. Background, Ashen Grove. Alignment, neutral, good. Arcana, the Hanged Man. Ooh, what is that? I don't know anything about Arcana. That's very interesting. Fable Verafina is a ranger taking care of the Ashen Grove. They're a sweet and gentle soul and a regular at the Wayfarer's Inn. They dream of being an adventurer, but are troubled by severe anxiety about, well, everything. Same. Really. Their nut allergy probably doesn't help either. Caerlin, Vukakin, 36, she, her, Beast Slayer, background, Irove, alignment, chaotic good, I like that, and then Arcana, the Chariot. I should look into what that means by Arcana. I've never heard of that. Very interesting. And we've got our recipes here. We've got ingredients. That's very cool. We might look more into that later. I don't want to get too deep into this just yet. And here we have an idea of what the map looks like that we're in. So I think it showed us being like around here somewhere. I don't know. I could be completely mistaken. But yeah, this is really cool. Does it give you information? Ooh, Northern Republic, the Republic. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, so here's Traegerin. This is the area she was talking about. And then the Ashen Grove is where Fable is from. So where are we? Is this us? Oh, so we are here. Interesting. Okay, we'll go through that later. Let's get back into the story. A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south of in Irove. Rumor unlocked. Nomady. Nomady? Been wondering if it's the same one just moving up like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. You mean the one with the vampires? Think so. Nah, that just splits society into two camps. Team werewolf or team vampire, but which one are you? Team vampire. Okay, I like vampires, I don't know why. You're kinda, you know. Which one are you, Innkeep? Oh, team vampire all the way. Ah, so you're into the fangs, are ya? Why'd you lick your... Don't lick like that! That was a little uncomfy, bestie. An Innkeep never tells. You little rascal, I like you. Likewise. What about you? Vampires. Why? The werewolves are too close to my kin, and yeah, I'd rather stay away from them. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragon. Would feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunched back, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. Oh, God, I'm sorry to hear that. Nah, that hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, that southern werewolf, yeah. Right, anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works? On any dog, trust me. Rumor unlocked fetch. Okay. So, this is where we put the rumors together to create quests. Very interesting. So we have the Vukagan Caerlin told me about a werewolf who is roaming around Tragan, a potential threat to villagers. And then we have a werewolf's secret weakness is playing fetch. Apparently no dog can resist the urge to run after a stick. And we've got the werewolf previously has been seen in Irove, a southern town, a nomad, or do they have a goal in mind? So we have these three together. Good to know. Thanks, Care. Lynn. It's not that hard. Either Caerlin, Care, or Lynn. Gotcha, Lynn. Alright, Chief. You got a name, or is it just Innkeep? Just Innkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeep, then before I venture on, you've got a drink for me. Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful, something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered-down muck instead. Oh, so what did she want? She wanted something with... What is that? Bravery? I forget. Sometimes you read stuff and you don't, like, ingest it. Is that just me? A Southern Brawler. The Southern Brawler is the perfect combination of offense and defense, dominated by the picante aroma of Ignis. This drink is served fiery, hot, or ice cold, depending on the kind of fight you're looking for. So I'm guessing we're gonna go with this, because I don't know any other one that I can do right now. Tee-hee. We're gonna go with that. I think that's what Lynn wanted. There we go. Very nice. Okay, and then a little bit of this. Very nice. And a little bit of this. Just a splash. Here, would you like this, Lynn? Would you like that? Look, it's so beautiful and red and shiny. A drink with 0 water, as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving, thanks. Where will you head from here? Perhaps west, through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will ya? Nope. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Rumor unlocked. Snail's place. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her. And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. Something like that, yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead. It's certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just going to open up wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. Past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation, and I'm ending it. Dang, girl, relax. Maybe you need a stronger drink, okay? Alright, well then. If you find any more rumors for me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf, don't do groups. But sure, for more work, I'll be back. Character information unlocked, Lynn. I'll be waiting. Let's see what it unlocked here. Lynn is a strong and fearless beast slayer with a taste for strong drinks, big swords, and even bigger muscles. She despises small talk in any way or form, and, understandably for her, keeps her distance from werewolves. Wouldn't like being mistaken for one either. Okay, I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them going to waste. Let's go! Oh. I could use some help. I did forget how to do the quests. Fine, I guess I've got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. This is where I sort all the rumors I've collected. I also keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. I think the best next step would be sorting the matching snippets on your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure they're all from the same quest. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select the quill of yours and it'll be written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Lynn. Put it on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright then, let's assemble this quest. Okay, so we already went over what these say, so let's go ahead and put it on there and write her up. A werewolf on detours. A reticent Vukakin passed by the Wayfarer's Inn, reporting a werewolf making her way up to Traegerin from Irove. They pose a potential threat to both helpless sheep and the villagers. Apparently, werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take on this quest and save Traegerin from this werewolf mayhem? Nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. Aw, what are we feeding him? Raisins? Sweeping up, blowing out the candle. Hard day's work over with. Time to watch some Netflix. Look at how cute this is. Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn. 2, Prelude to Bravery, 58th of the Wake. Very, very cool. Very interesting. Who are we gonna get in here? Oh, look, it's Fable. Quest taken. Very nice. ... What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Traegerin? Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain. Woods even. Preferably one who is good with a bow. One who tells me they want the quest. Ah, I'm good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And, I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. And maybe I want the quest? Just maybe? No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me and I think, hey, there's the start of an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in forests. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they're also human, but you've talked to humans before. And you got silver arrows for your birthday last year and they're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Or rather, I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest. 1 second. You kind of want to increase the music. Or rather, I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? But then I have to go on the quest, and I have to fight the werewolf, or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if then I try to shoot it with my silver arrow? I miss, and I shoot a tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me. This is literally me. Every time I have to leave my house, this is internally me. But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable? Yes? You want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe? I can't make this decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Ah, maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest, it seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses. But it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic. Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. There's something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light and the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mary Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Amaranthine Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. I think last time we learned about the Mary Morgan incident, so let's do the, your first encounter with the Hydra. Well, just a day after it arrived, the guard, to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon. I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it has fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthine Hydra, and I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, and how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all about what I wanted to say. So I just set down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things are as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice, all hydras love tea. I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthine Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest! Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left. And I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know that I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged for the answer. Turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it, son? Yes! Then you completed its quest. 3 days late. If it had needed an antidote, it would have died. Wood halves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. I suppose you have a point. Mary Morgan incident. Yes, the Mary Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank Gaia word didn't get around. It was my very first adventure, the chance to finally escape from the daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvian spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night, and the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So, they wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Traegerin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure. Yay! And no riddles to get confused about either. I was so excited, but also very, very nervous, so of course I had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I've never gotten lost in the woods before. But this time I did. I couldn't see well. There was blood rushing in my ears and I felt dizzy. So, for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shiver Mare, home to the Mary Morgan. You know of the Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men? Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. And I silently bid farewell when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure it's still the laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to step foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the wyvern chimera that resides at the Quag Mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventures. Dang, you're giving me all of these rumors. Thank you. But you didn't. But I didn't. Why does no one want to spend time with you? I think you're pretty cool. Because I'm unlucky. You just have anxiety, bestie. So do I. It's okay. I understand. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. I imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it, except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had just been once. It seems like my life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing, or dangerous, or dangerously embarrassing. Facts. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming and they make for a nice bouquet. You know. Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confused them with their evil twin, the weeping Amaryllis. Now guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby, all day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness in the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. I'm sorry, that sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. There's nothing wrong with picking flowers. There is if they're the wrong flowers. Imagine if I had offered them to the adventurers, or even worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing. I don't think gifting others flowers that make them a little happier is embarrassing. And it would have made for a good story to laugh about it together. I don't think they would have laughed about it with me, more at me. Maybe they would laugh with you if you chose not to run away. You seem to assign a cruel sense of humor to people that haven't actually shown you such a thing yet. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. That would be nice. Innkeeper? Yes? You like spending time with me? No, not. Yes, Fable, I do! Really? Of course! Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please never stop coming around. I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone. Thank you. That's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here. You better not go anywhere. Not planning on it. Anyhow. You seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. But how can I not be when everything I touch falls apart? You know what isn't true? You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me. But I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You'll have to find that out then. Like, on a quest? For example, don't you think I'm a little under-leveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they've got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. That's facts, everybody. Okay, one thing I want to say is the best thing you can do is try. It's better to try than to be afraid to, because then you will never accomplish any of your dreams in life. Okay? Okay. Capiche, capiche. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2, and who knows? You might even end up forming a party. Oh. And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I am a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. Okay. That's the spirit. Okay, I, Fable, a great gardener and, future hero. Charmer of nymphs. Dang, calm down there, Buster. I'm going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes, good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so that the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with my diplomacy? Perhaps it's just a hungry lost lycan after all, and it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we could even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I will leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. I already know which one I'm going for. Very lovely. We're gonna go with charisma. Bestie needs it. We're gonna go with a spoken heart. Very nice. Okay, and then a little bit of a dash of this. And a dash of that. Very nice. Ding ding. Fable, I got this for you. Lovely. This should do it. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver, but barming. No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There are lots of farmers in Traegerin, and I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. Can you imagine just some random person coming up like, how do you feel today? Are you okay? Let's talk about your childhood trauma. I'd be like, excuse me, I wasn't prepared for this mentally. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started. You got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I've got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday, and how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest. So, I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seemed like something you might enjoy. They possess a natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so is this how we unlock drinks, I wonder? And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us? Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later. Of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. Bye, Fable. I hope Fable will be alright. Take a look at our journal before anybody pops up in here. Okay, so let's look at our rumors here. According to the Amaranthine Hydra, a chimera's hatred for mice is a universal truth. Or maybe it just rhymed with ice. Who can say? Oh, and this is the chimera they were talking about. A wyvern chimera resides in the Quag Mangrove. Adventurers beware, you might be on its menu. And then these should be the same? I'm guessing because they have the same. So a banshee is haunting the Lonesome Lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones. Hopefully Hyperbole. In the riverbanks of the Shiver Mare hides the Mary Morgan, a wrathful spirit prone to drowning men, women, and everything in between. So I'm guessing these are one and the same. An unusual amount of undead seems to be haunting the west. Undead snails are being accused of eating crops. This apparently poses a problem. Okay. And then, ooh, infusions. Okay. And then we got our ingredients. Where's the chili? Give me the chili. I guess I don't have access to that right now. I hope Fable will be alright. I wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one? I hope I was able to help. Oh, hello, edgelord. You again. Me again. And who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink. Yes, I get it. Could you try to be more specific? That spoken heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Are we making another? Dang, this is... Everybody's just socially awkward up in here. Lord. My best-selling drink. But that's okay, I'm socially awkward too. There we go. Little splash of this. Little splash of that. Very nice. Here you go, edgelord. So you have strength in the Reddit forums. A spoken heart just for you. Maybe it will help you find more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. Charming. Okay. I hope his name is something like Egbert. I would love that. Oh my gosh! My tea preps the last time. I love them. Careful, you'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Ugh, not another one of those empty blabbers. Would you prefer a different line? I can confidently say I'm all... Would you prefer a different line? Let's see. Hail and well met, adventurers. Would you like to try me drinks? No, that feels wrong somehow. Could try the one where you just serve drinks quietly. I'm fresh out of that one, sorry. Thought so. You're planning to try and peer into my backstory? Probably. Ugh, I'm warning you. I am very good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. Why are you ignoring me? Not ye, the innkeeper. The innkeeper's ignoring me? Not in the slightest? What kind of voice should I give him? Don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. I see. That thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? What thing? Ah, my cape. Your cape. That's not his cape. That green fella on his shoulder is the news, or well, what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you? Aye. Pretty tough to clean off. May I ask how that happened? You just did. Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the story and your names? Yes, I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, I shall tell it to you. I'm Sir Alphonse Louis Frederick Duquet Dusang. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood! If you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Oh, looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. I don't know if I'm allowed to sell you blood. You feel me, fam? Okay. Something bloody. Bloody. A southern brawler, would that suffice? Let's see, is this red? Oh, a red liquid just for you, Kyle. My dearest vampire. Little bit of this. Little bit of that. Do I eventually get a bigger thing to like mix in? That'd be fun. A southern brawler. Ding ding, here. I'm assuming that's what you want. That's mainly red. Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh! Thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious. Very alive. Maybe as a chaser, you could let me have a bite. No. Just take a little nibble. Nice. Okay. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Rhea Frostgrip. Nice to meet. Yeah, skip. Just serve me something strong, something that feels durable, tough like a mountain or the caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons looks close enough. Coming right up. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Frosted lagoon coming right up, my friend. Gonna get you a lot of this, just a lot of defense. Bestie needs it, apparently. Okay, very cool. Just a little bit of that, a little smidge of that, little I feel like I'm at a magical Starbucks. I am a barista. There you go. Does that suffice? I like how they're complete opposite drinks. A taste of Ur, just for you, valued customer number 2. Oh, are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see ye are many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about that ooze-filled story? Fine. Guess you've earned it. Alright, picture me deep in the mountains of Dulvermere, with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding my own business, digging for the good stuff, you know? Hit a gold vein earlier and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. Then suddenly, this big ooze comes along and... gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now? It's nearly sunrise. And... the sun kills you? Oh, right. Rumor unlocked, lost and found. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Bestie's crying. Anyway, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but that ooze slurped me gold. I had to do something. So I took me shovel and dug and hit and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So, did you dig out your gold? Silly food. Silly food. Oh, maybe it's supposed to be silly fool. Silly fool, she dug out me! Oh, he did mean food. Okay. And guess what he was clinging on to? The gold? Oh, yes, a big gold nugget should be enough to get me to Barovia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. We did. Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Barovia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return, I get the gold. But what's about my cape? Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I started to wonder, where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put my capes? Where? In a wardrobe. Facts. Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land. What? No. Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you? We could. Phenomenal. I could put out a quest for you, but for that, we'd need a little bit more information. Good luck with that. First, I need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Barovia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes. Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then what was the last vampire event you wore your cape to? My wedding. Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampiric Countess Evelyn residing in Marrow Castle? That would be her. Congratulations! Are you still married? Ugh, of course not. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted... Spit it out, leech! Oh. What? My cape. Ah, rats. Here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little, mean, vicious, beautiful beast. Her! That thief of thieves robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No. I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape! I could never live without that! Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps, innkeeper, that's your name, right? Sure. No. Sure. No. Sure. Do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yes, I think we can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So, where could a braver adventurer find Marrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn. Queen of darkness, temptress of men, flamenco champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary, she bites. And she may be invisible now. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have a cape back in no time. I hope so. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. And keep quickly another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. Another lagoon? Okay. No problem. No problemo. Frosted lagoon coming right up. I like how everything's kind of paced out too. Like you have story and then you have a little bit of mixing and then a little bit of story and some more mixing. I like it. Getting real good at this. Ding! Thank you, Andu. I'll feed you in a bit. Sorry, bestie. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Let me try. You got it right again. I might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No, I cannot drink now that I'm consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The whole way here, you were complaining about having to walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. And my back is all itchy. By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh, right. Innkeeper, do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin? I'm afraid not. Oh. That reminds me, my Aunt Mathilda used to harness the power of a chimera's saliva for sun protection. A chimera? Vampire sunscreen, okay. A thing, beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads in all, made by the dragons to guard Gaia, likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware, I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. Ah! If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves, I could have asked it for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where I could find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh. What? What are you looking at me like that? Wait, can I make the quest really quick? Is that how I do it? I want to make a quest. How do I make a quest? Just very quickly. How do you make quests? I want to make a quest. How do I make a quest? Let me make a quest. They never showed me like what to pull up, if that makes sense. They were never like, tee-hee. The one thing that stands a chance against the grueling curse of the sun is a chimera saliva. Apparently, source Aunt Matilda, a vampire. A quirky vampire is looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused, wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. The vampire last saw his cape on his wedding day before he was wed to Countess Evelyn. At the foot of the witch's Wrath Peak resides Countess Evelyn, the vampiric temptress of men, but be wary of invisible threats. How do I, like, write this out, though? They never, showed me how to get to the screen. How do I create one? They never showed me this. Let's look at this. Rhea Frostgrip. Dwarf, 175. She, her, blacksmith. Background, Alignment, lawful neutral. Arcana, the world. Rhea is a hot-headed dwarf and pretty rough around the edges. She's not a fan of meaningless copy-paste NPC talk, whatever any of that means, and seems to have caught herself a lost vampire while digging for gold. Unfortunately, or so she claims, she is now stuck with him. And then we have Alphonse Louis Frederic Duquet de la Sang, aka Kyle. Vampire, age unknown. He, him, vampire, Eridu, where? Alignment, chaotic neutral. Arcana, the fool. Okay. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostgrip, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal. Oh, nay, forget it. I ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goo, but I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem. I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds, especially that part. Splendid! Did you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at 2. Say, Innkeep, while we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room or two? Possibly a room without sunlight? Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing, I got a couple barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand! Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real girl one day. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I guess I just eventually get them. Very cool. So let's make our vampire one. Very cool. Hey there, Evelyn. On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came to look for his... vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at his wedding, where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak. Venture to the peak and dare to retrieve the long-lost cape, but be aware she might be invisible. Very nice, okay. And then we've got our Chimera quest. Very cool. Deep in the Quag Mangrove resides a wyvern chimera. Its scales and claws are a valuable treasure to any alchemist. Its saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use the rare saliva to produce a sunscreen so effective that even he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer or mouse brave enough to confront the beast, the chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva? Very cool. Okay. What do you think Andu eats? Flies? The souls of adventurers? Chocolate? 3. New friends and former enemies. 59th of the Wake. Okay. Very, very cool. We're gonna meet some new friends today. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Ooh. Let's see here. So, Innkeep, a drink for me and this lanky pal. It's good to see you too, Lynn. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well, and with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? Be nice, Lynn. So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died. No, Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does! I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please? I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think she is confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did, kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Len. I didn't. Was there by chance? They were both stealing sheep. I was not. Sure was. Girl, adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about at the beginning? Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon. Of the quest, Fable. Oh, right. The quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Caerlin right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight. Well, at least before sunset. Do you have any trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thank God, you're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you'd do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay. I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage and I stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me, all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A polite person? Or an insane one? It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a what? So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked why, and I said, well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice. And she asked who I was. No, I asked, who are you, a guard? I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. And it made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes. Gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. Before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Caerlin and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear, that old bleep. Hey, why can't I say that? What the? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Anyway, I was just like Uncle Dragon, smelled like Uncle Dragon, fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know? Haven't seen that old man in years, was coping about it by joking. That was the only way I could talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry, distant, fought a lot with Uncle Feder. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually, he just left, ran away, without a word, left us and Uncle Feder behind, worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. Swore I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear. But I got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would have never done that, of course. But they must have believed me. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. 'Twas. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop two angry wolves? Oh, well, anyway. I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Caerlin. The miscommunication. Feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him the best we could. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things, or Vukakin things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. But they had to talk about it. The silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? The little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you didn't... Maybe because you did want to? Maybe. How did it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Feder and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. And he got so obsessed with a cure, he can still barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done. That he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot and taught me about the phases of 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of... It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. Or is it lycanthropy or lycanthropy? Lycanthropy. I don't know. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another one. Exactly. I like that. So, after I can't talk. I've been talking for so long, I'm like, ugh. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. I was talking about how they needed to update you on everything non-stop. Would think they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. They also started crafting something with the werewolves. Ah, said something about it being for you and keep. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. That wasn't that hard, was it? Well... So, a drink? What can I offer you, Lynn? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean, make me the usual. Strength never gets old. Okay. Southern Brawler coming right up. Delicious. Sure to give you the muscles you so desire, packed with protein and all. Very nice. Very nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely. There you go, Lynn. Surprise. Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring me some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to my senses. I've had a stressful day. Night, morning, sequences of events. Okay, you want a swift strike? I got you. Coming right up, my friend. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. Here you go, my friend. Let me get comfy. Oh, I have like a pillow that gets all weird when I sit for too long. Sorry. Sorry. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're going to pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Caerlin, do you have a place to sleep? I could sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Huh. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you late. Look at you! Are you heading home, Fable? Yes, I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first? Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did! It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm gonna save the world one day? That's a very tall order. You're right, I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Caerlin first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm gonna head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Bye, Fable. I'm so proud of my baby. My baby boy. Or baby non-binary. Oh, it's you, Edgelord. Good evening to you. Quest taken. Ooh. This quest. It wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems Dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? No. My legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally, physically, emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle, to get the cape. I mean... Yes. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes. It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence, me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has. Once, had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night? Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No, she had a lot of makeup on. But below that mask? Sure, yes. Would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interest. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire, she seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am the one with the shadow and the wind. Wait, I am the one with the shadows and the wind. Gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Oh, are we upgrading through thievery? Like a black market deal? Kind of like how we get the blood. Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration. Like a chair? Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I'd prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are a little bit empty. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cape back to me. Along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of, raise yourself up from your shadows. Say, what do you trade them for? Secrets. Secrets. I have many. Grant me one. I shall. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before, just yesterday. You may not remember because you barely noticed me in the shadows. I was so stealthy I spent hours watching you from afar. Okay. Maybe you should have kept that to yourself. That is definitely a secret. You cleaned a lot of glasses, served everyone with a smile. You looked so worried after the adorable green one left. Adorable green one? Oh, Fable. Like you thought they might trip straight into a monster's maw. And you're swift with your hands and fast with the knife. Alright, enough secrets. You may have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. Was finally able to unpack them. Infusions. Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. Frozen pine cones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible, eventually, and for a bit, the duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful for your situation. Interesting. Let's do double invisibility. She's invisible, he's invisible, they're just fighting each other invisibly. So, what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Strength I can do. And some frost armor should help with the fangs. Or perhaps a smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely. To out-stealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity. And some invisibility could help with staying unseen, should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision and keep. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? I'm gonna go with the dexterity and the invisibility just because that's what his character excels in. So it just makes the most sense to me. Now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful of how they interact with other ingredients. They might alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first and adjust the drink from there. Let's give it a try. What do I do? So I want to do... Okay, where's our dexterity? Okay, we're gonna do Swift Strike. I'm gonna get our dexterity up, and then this is the one that makes him invisible, I guess. So we're gonna put that in there first. How do I put it in here? There's like a very specific hit target, which I hate. Just get in there! Oh, this is annoying. Please don't do this to me. Help, what the frick? Finally, okay. Very nice, okay. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh shit, that's too much. Oh shit. Oh shit. No, baby! Okay. We're gonna try something. Oh god, I'm so worried now. I wonder if I just keep going even though I've like done too much. No, yeah, I did too much. Okay. Okay, so... Oh, that one's already good then. Never mind, my bad. There you go, Swift Strike. There we go. Look, it matches you. Here you go, a drink that all vampires fear. Garlic breath? Not quite, but that's a good name. Maybe I'll steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something and keep. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the garlic breath? Good one. It tastes like, not garlic, but just as fearsome to a vampire. You don't find garlic scary? No, only the absence of it. That makes two of us. Hopefully this will help me evade her. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are as swift and quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me, goodbye and keep. I'm waiting to just see the figure disappear. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie in the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave. Or for a good story. Farewell. Very nice. Okay. Or for a bitter end. Oh. I'm taking this quest. And a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are just too comfortable. It was hard to get up. Of course, my apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? I think I already said that. Maybe something strong that will wake me up and keep me up too. Okay. Should we do that, or maybe something with like... Yeah, we're just gonna do a Southern Brawler again. Screw it. What do these do? Does it give me like an information on it now that I have like these infusions? Frozen Pine Cone gives frost armor, invisibility, and fire resistance. Okay, yeah. So let's do that, and then a little bit of these, and a little bit of that. Very nice. Here you go. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call this drink the Caerlin. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. I see it is my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I'm getting antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture! That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire sunscreen couldn't get more reckless than that. It could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So the saliva's for a vampire? Vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quest, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be terrible for your business. Indeed. Does it bother you that it's for a vampire? No. Does it make you nervous? No. You did mention that you like fangs. Did I mention that I have a great sword 3 times the size of your head? I'm sure a vampire wouldn't find that impressive. Or would. Okay. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No. Not a real one. Got me thinking, ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? I don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So, stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You'd do a piss-poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay, nervous? Ain't that either. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing, I'm asking. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before. And I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. This seems like a great opportunity for you, then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about the guardians and more about what created it. And maybe a little about the chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes. Modeled after its creator, I would guess. So, let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed that she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had little keepsakes for them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she... left. One day she was just gone. I think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. Like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. Shit. At least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about the wyvern chimera? No. Was the only kind she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones. Different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think, but never found a wyvern one in all of her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if it makes... If I make for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So, you like dragons? Yeah, I do. They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting, very magical. They are fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic and their wings. You could just ask them for magic, not sure about their wings. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. A little self-reliance don't either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Lynn? Didn't say that. I see, that doesn't count as help. It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body it couldn't hurt. Heard they're quick and toothy, so I'll need to be too hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Baba talked quite a lot about how much they enjoyed a good ruse. Maybe I could outsmart it with the right play? But I'd need some intelligence for that. Wouldn't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of Phoenix chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. I was gonna put it in anyways. And on the topic of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or you go heavy with intelligence. Don't need any more for your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you peg. That's your job. Figure it out. Oh my god, okay. Jeez Louise. Okay, we're gonna put a chili in here. We're gonna put a chili in here. Thank you. Okay. So defense or intelligence? We'll do defense? Can we do defense? I don't know. Why does this one say that? I'm confused. We'll go with the defense one. I'm a little confused on that, but whatever. Sure. Probably gonna freaking kill Lynn accidentally. My bad. Okay. Oh wait, that's already good, and then a little bit of this. There we go. Frosted Lagoon coming right up. Here you go. Figured it out. Thanks. Feeling tougher already and dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take on a dragon like this. Let's stay grounded. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe he should sunbathe less. That might solve his problems. Might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Wouldn't be needing it. I'll be waiting here for your exploits upon your return. Nice. Let's see. So is that the end of the day? It is. Okay, everybody, I think with that, this is where we are going to end this episode of Tavern Talk. I have been having so much fun with this. I think the story is so magical. I'm so excited to see everything this game has to offer. I think it has about 20 hours worth of gameplay, if I remember correctly. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, please make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!